Do you know who I am? What's my name?
Hillman!
That's right!
Oh my God!
Hey, what's up everyone? Here we are with the one and only Mr. Mike Arrington. And Mike, in the tech world, you're really well known, but outside of that, I think, you know, a lot of people don't know who you are. What do you do exactly?
I have a cough right now. I write a blog, and it's a news site, and I only write about startups and technology news.
What do you want the outside world to know about TechCrunch?
Well, if you're interested in new startups like YouTube, things like that, and you want to hear a little bit about them before everyone knows about them, Facebook, for instance, we wrote about a long time before anyone knew about it. You know, come to TechCrunch and read about it.
So basically you're saying that you guys have the scoop on everything
Always.
That's going to be hot.
Yes.
You're number one, hands down.
Yeah, we try to be. I mean, it's, you know, we're competitive. We try to get all the stories first.
You also do interviews. You don't just write, is that correct?
Yeah.
Tell me some of the more interesting candidates you've interviewed.
So I've been interviewing all the presidential candidates the last few months, and that's been a lot of fun. So we've interviewed, we didn't get Hillary, but we got Barack and John Edwards and John McCain. We talked to Ron Paul as well, who was great. Mainstream press covers the presidential candidates on all the issues that matter, except we thought technology, because technology is becoming a big part of our economy, and their policies on that, both with regard to economics, but also privacy and just all the things that the internet sort of touches on. It was important to know what they thought. So we talked to them about all that. It was kind of cool.
Who's your biggest competitor on the World Wide Web?
You know, the funny thing is we have absolutely no competitors at all. Yeah, it's just us.
How about Mashable?
Never heard of it. No.
How about Robert Scoble?
Never heard of him either.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
No, I'm kidding. So there are, obviously I wasn't the first blogger, and guys like Robert Scoble and Dave Weiner linked to us a lot in the early days and really helped us grow. So those guys are great.
Wow.
And they're all, you know, really good friends as well.
What company did you think would fail, but is now actually succeeding?
We used to have parties here at the house until they got too big. And one of the first ones, like, there's only 20 people here. It was right when I first started the blog. And Chad Hurley, one of the founders, was here. And I remember we were sitting in the back room and just talking, and YouTube was just a tiny startup at the time. And we were just talking. I go, so YouTube, you think it's going to be anything? What are you going to do with it? And he's like, I don't know, we're doing a couple things. Hopefully it'll do well. And obviously, you know, they sold for 1.65 billion. So they did, you know, pretty well.
Yeah. Is that the money range you're operating in as well?
You mean how much money I'm making?
Roughly.
1.65 billion? We're not quite at that level
Not
yet.
quite.
No.
Do you see that happening?
No, because we're a blog.
Okay.
We sell ads.
Can you do a long shot of Mike here? I want you to see no shoes. This is the most casual anybody's ever been for an interview. This is comfortable. This is confident.
I didn't even know you were coming over today, so you know.
Who's smarter, Bill Gates or Steve Jobs?
You know, Bill Gates is very shrewd and very intelligent. Steve Jobs is very intelligent, and he's one of the best salesmen I've ever heard of. Who's the more important historical figure? I think they kind of are symbiotic, and sort of, you know, you can't look at one without looking at the other. Who's smarter? Gates, probably a little.
That's what Scoble said too.
But I like Max. You already interviewed Scoble? What am I, last on the list?
Dude, you're hard to get a hold of.
This interview's over.
Is it true that 100,000 people check you out a day?
We have, no, a lot more than that. About 1 million people a day read our stuff. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
How dare I undervalue it?
Yeah. Just based on page views in the RSS feed, it's 1 million or more a day. Yeah.
So who's the hottest chick in Hollywood?
Famous actress. She married the guy from Coldplay.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
I always liked her. Yeah, she's getting a little older now, but yeah, I always liked her.
She's about to adopt a kid.
Yeah, she had a kid, right? Named,
yeah, she did. Apple, yeah.
Pie? Yeah, so.
Apple pie. What's your biggest pet peeve?
You know, there's only one little thing, which is sometimes we'll have parties, you know, like 1,000 people will be there. Or I'll go to an event, which is all startup people. So everybody there knows me because, you know, they're startup people and I write about them. And these guys, you know, maybe before they've raised capital, they really need press. And so for them, I'm a business objective. And they, you know, they want to talk to me, and other bloggers as well, but they need to talk to me, right? And so being polite goes out the door, and I'll try to say, look, here's my card, let's talk, you know. And sometimes they get really pissed. And then sometimes they'll write a blog post saying, you know, Arrington's a dick or whatever. And I'm really, like, I love them and what they're doing, and I want to give them the time, but sometimes it's just, they come at me so hard and so persistently that it's just tough when I, you know, read negative stuff about myself.
What's the worst idea for a business you've ever seen?
This one's great. It's a company called ChaCha. Have you heard of ChaCha?
No.
Dude, you gotta check it out. So it's CHA. It's a search engine. And you know, you go to Google, you type in a search, you know, you get results, right? So what ChaCha has done is they said, That doesn't work, even though it seems to work fine for everybody. We're gonna put a human being in. So basically when you go on and you do a search, it starts a chat conversation with some random human being somewhere that they're paying like, you know, a decent amount of money to. And that human being, I swear to God, goes to Google and basically does a search and then tries to find a couple relevant results and then sends you the links in the IM window. And so it's the stupidest thing in the world because they're paying people to basically put themselves between you and Google. So we rip on them all the time.
Everyone check it out. It's TechCrunch.com. His name is Mike Arrington. Any final thoughts?
No, thanks very much. This is cool.